because you no, I click V and you view. Yeah, I'm dumb. Are thinking of reading this. My God, I can't do this. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're not new here, if you've been here before, welcome back. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Now, so we're talking about the best books of 2023. I have read, if I check my Goodreads right now, I have like 160 books out of the 100, which was my goal. And among those 160 books, some of them are rereads. Like I've read the same book 2 times or like 3 times this year. So some of them are that. So I think like maybe I have like 154 or 155 books maybe. So before getting into the video, please subscribe, comment, share, like all of that. For more bookish content, for more me, essentially, I'm great. At least I'm great on camera. So first book that I read in 2023 was Wait For It by Mariana Zapata, and that was my first 5-star read as well. I love Mariana Zapata. She's the queen of slow burns, and her slow burns are usually like the only ones I end up loving. I do have other good slow burns that I've read, but like nothing comes to mind. So hers are like very memorable, and she's so good at it too. Like she doesn't bore us with the slow burners, you know. And this was a similar book. This was the story was of like Diana Cassler, and Dallas Walker. So Diana is a single mom type situation. She's not the real mother. She is looking after or has like taken guardianship of her late brother's sons, 2 sons, and then she moves into this house, and Dallas Walker is her neighbor there, along with I believe his brother. So it was I read this a year ago, so I don't exactly remember every detail, but as any Mariana Zapata books, the writing was incredibly nice and it doesn't bore us at all. Like I said, like most books that is released nowadays sort of take, sort of try and engage the readers with smut, and Mariana doesn't do that. She gives us these like sweet situations where it's like, oh, you think like they're gonna do something, but they don't end up doing anything, and like that's kind of like in the, what do you say, that's the specialty and uniqueness of it, of slow burns in general, I believe, but Mariana does it so incredibly well. I've read like 6 or 7 books by her, and 5 of them are like 5 stars, including this one, and this was that good. Her books are always very, very funny too. Like you laugh throughout the book. There's obviously there are scenes where you want to cry as well sometimes, but I've never really cried at any of her book, I think. There have always been scenes where it was like all, it's so incredibly sad, like I just said, some of her characters are like really, really touching. So there's that. But her books are also like very funny to read. There are All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. That's another one book. I read this in this year as well, but that was a 4-star. But I'm just mentioning it because I remember it being very, very funny. Like I remember like laughing and giggling while reading this book, and this was like that. It's just such a refreshing read. Like it's not like overruled by smart or even violence or anything like that. It's just 2 people meeting and falling in love, and more often than not it's not just these 2 people, and there's always other things involved in this, and in this book particularly it was 2 boys, and that was such a refreshing, that was like so heartwarming and so whole. It makes you feel really wholesome and warm. So I really love that relationship. I always like it when kids are mentioned in the books, and they're written in a way that it's like sort of pivotal to the characters and the story and like the development or of the plot line or the characters, and like you see this bond forming, and I really love that when that happens, instead of just a lot of times kids are written in a way that they're like whiny and spoiled and irritating, and like you want to slap the fuck out of them, and I mean that in the most respectful way possible. They're fictional characters. Anyway, next book that I read was Saving Vienna by Vicky J. This was the second book I read in 2023, and the second 5-star as well. So that was fun. That's like that's a very rare incident, like for me to read 2 books, and 2 consecutive books becoming like 2 of my favorite books of the year. That never happens. Saving Vienna by Vicky J. It's about Vienna and Zane Tiger. It's, I think, like the second or third book in the Tiga series, or Tiga family or something like that. Zayn is an absolute sweetheart. Okay, he's a soft boy. You know, he has a stutter, and he is very self-conscious of the stutter. And Vienna comes in, and Vienna is a waitress, and he's a billionaire. Zayn's a billionaire, so it's like billionaire romance. And then Vienna has a medical emergency, and Zayn offers to marry her so that she can use his insurance. She doesn't have insurance, also so that she doesn't have to go through it alone, which I find incredibly sweet. Like, they just met. He doesn't have to do that for her, but he did. And like, I found their relationship very, again, very, very cute and very sweet. And like, I found him very sweet. One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Oh my god, that was a roller coaster of a book. I saw the trailer of the film, and when the trailer released, and that's when I was like, oh my fucking god, I need to read that book, you know? And then I read the book. I've narrated the story to a lot of people, to my roommate, to one of my best friends. I'm that in love with the story. And when I saw the film was good, but it was not that overwhelming or like overwhelmingly good as the book. When I read the book, I was, oh my, I felt like I'm Emma, and I'm going through it. I'm the one facing these issues, and I didn't know what to do. Do I go with Jesse? Do I go with Sam? It was just so scary. And like, just imagine being in that situation. No way. Oh my god, I'd die. I just kill myself and hope to, you know. Oh, how does anybody choose? But like, obviously that's what I thought going into the book. And then I read the book, and then I like started reading the book, and I just, you know, I saw these really, really wonderful moments with Jesse. And I also saw Emma dealing with Jesse's death, and her recovering, and her like becoming this completely new person. And I think Taylor with this is like trying to show that grief changes people. Going through something that traumatic in your life changes people, you know. You become a new person. You shed old things, you know. It's like that you, for, you know, the you before this happened and the you after this happens, those are like two different people. And I kind of resonate with that a lot. And your views, your views on the world changes. The way you deal with your relationship changes. Your favorite people, they change. Your hobbies change. Your wishes and your dreams change. And Taylor did that incredibly well with Emma, I think, and that resonated so much with me. And with Sam, oh my god, Sam, I love Sam. I love Sam. And I think in the film, I don't remember the actor. He did that so well. I love Sam in the film as well. He sort of brought in that charm that Sam has, and that humor. I don't, you know, how do I, and like in the film they did it like humorously, you know, sort of like Sam is like this really funny guy in the film. And in the book I didn't really feel that way, but I still loved Sam, and I know that he had that characteristic, you know. He is kind of like that, you know. He is like that as a person, sort of like funny, charming, and all of that. And oh my god, the film did that so incredibly well. So I heads up to that actor. I don't remember his name unfortunately, but I love him. He's in Shang-Chi, right? Yeah, him. But like, going to the book, after I read the book, it was like so evidently clear who she has to choose. If she hadn't chose that person, I would have killed myself and Taylor. That there's only one real option here. As drastic and as tragic as it is, there's only one real option. And yeah, good choice. That's all I have to say. Emma, good choice. But it's an impossible choice at the same time. But she did it. This Help Me Remember by Corey Michaels. Help Me Remember by Corey Michaels. It is a brother's best friend. It is a memory loss type situation. And I think what I really loved about this book, apart from the romance, which I enjoyed a lot, there was a suspense sort of like element to it. The investigation situation. What happens is that Brielle and Spencer Cross, those are the two people this story is about. So Brielle wakes up one day in a hospital with no memory, and people are telling her that her brother died, and she's the only eyewitness, but she doesn't remember anything. So in order to like protect the legitimacy of her statement in the court when the trial does begin, they have to like sort of like maintain strict rules as to how her memory has to come back. They need to make sure that the memory is not tampered with, because apparently that is possible. So like they doesn't tell her anything, they don't give her any idea as to what happens. And then she goes to Spencer Cross, her brother's best friend, to help her with all of this. And then there's this chemistry, and like he's looking at her in a way that it's more than just, you know, her being somebody he's known almost all his life, right? And then you get to know the story, and then you get his POV, and you just want to die, because it is, oh, it was so sad. It was so sad. Like when you put yourself in his shoes, and then you rethink the entire book. Oh my god, I was heartbroken for him. I just wanted him to get his happy ending. That's all I wanted. And the plot, I wouldn't say it's like a plot twist or something, but the ending to that suspense, Corinne Michaels, the author, did that like really well. I was on the, you know, edge of my toes reading this book. I was like, what's gonna happen? Who is it? And so that's like, I feel like romance doesn't do that this well. Or of like if you pick up, obviously if you like compare this book to an actual suspense novel or like an actual suspense book, you're gonna be highly disappointed with Help Me Remember, because I've read other suspense books as well. But like if you compare it to like other romance novels, this author did suspense really nicely, with including as a subplot to romance. So I really love that about this book. Wow of Deception by Rena Kent. I've talked about this book a lot, I feel like, by now. I've mentioned this in a couple of videos already, I think. Adrian Volkov, and the first book, Winter, and Leah. It's saying anything about this book is going to be a spoiler, so I'm not going to say anything about this book. But The Broken One by Brittany Sahin. So this again, a small town, brother's best friend, fake marriage type situation. It's between Ella Mae Hawkins and Jesse McAdams, and it is a marriage of convenience, fake marriage. There's a lot of, again, there's, if I like say too much, it's gonna be a spoiler, so I'm not gonna say much. But it's a Falcon Falls Security, book 2. I've not read the book 1, and I think book 3 released like in the past couple of months maybe. I want to read it because Brittany Sahin, she has an incredibly good writing style. I really enjoyed it. It just flows, and oh my god, she did like the whole security, like private security, or like the dealing with all of these going on missions and all that thing. She did that incredibly well. The only book that I think can like do this whole security like mission like spy stuff, like the only one who did it well is this one book in Wattpad. Oh my god, the book name I think is called like Secret Service. I'll just show you here that book. It is such a well written book. You guys definitely should check it out. And I think it's being published as well, and I think it is published as well, so do that. And so The Broken One, she did that so well. I think that is why I really loved the book. I just loved how they did it, how they did the whole, like, you know, meetings in a dining room, planning stuff, doing, you know, figuring out what to do. It felt like I was watching a movie in my head. It felt that way, and I loved that. And so for that alone, you guys should definitely check it out. And another thing, as the name suggests, The Broken One, the hero, oh, Jesse, he is so broken. He has been through so much. He was in the army, and he's just been through so much that, oh, that you just, you know, your heart weeps for him by the end of the book, and you just want him to be happy. You know, you just want him to be happy. And Brittany did that so well. I feel like I'm gonna start crying now because, oh, it was so sad. Wow, oh my god. Brittany did that so well. Oh, I feel like every time you read a book about a guy who's like been through a lot, and like is like so utterly broken, and like a girl comes in and fixes him, and like, no, not fix him, like help him with all of that happened to him, you know, it's such a great read. And Brittany did this so incredibly well. And I also want to say that about Saving Vienna, because, you know, he had a stutter, he had like really bad issues dealing with that. Another great example is Archer's Voice. They did that so well. A book that I just read, Things We Hide from the Light, another way of dealing with like a guy who's been through so much, is like utterly broken, and a girl comes in and helps him. Just be happy, you know. All these books are such great reads. They're not 5 stars, and Archer's Voice, I think I read like in 2021, so I'm not mentioning that right now. No, I read that in 2022. she deals with these emotions and like having to deal with these emotions, not wanting to deal with them, trying to suppress them, and then those emotions coming out or being forced out by somebody you love, or somebody who loves you and cares about you and wants you to be happy, and then them making you face it and deal with it and get over it so that you can be happy. So she did that so well, so well. I loved it. Black Knight by Lena Kent, Kimberly Reed, and Xander Knight. Kim, Kim, Kim. Kimberly is Kimberly has my entire heart, as many other fictional characters, but Kimberly I love. Kimberly I would die for. Kimberly I would kill for. She's oh my god, she's just been through so much, and I just wanted, I just wanted to kick everybody who hurt her in the ass. I just wanted I just wanted to hurt them for hurting her. Oh my god, Kim, she's just been through so much. And Xander, even though he did hurt her a lot, in the end he was exactly what she wanted. He was her happy ending. That's why I like Xander, so that he makes her happy, so I like him. It's that kind of situation. I think Reina did justice with Kim. Kim's character, Kim's plot angle, Kim's character development, even Xander's character development as well. Rina did that so wonderfully well. I was heartbroken reading this book. I was crying my eyes out. Um, I was just utterly heartbroken, but at the same time, I enjoyed reading her story because it was a story I feel like that deserves to be told, because this stuff, depression is a bitch and it messes you up in ways that people who've never dealt with it can does not even imagine. And now, next is Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover is one of my most favorite books of all time. Kenna, again, I just want to protect. I just want to hug her. I just want to tell her it's alright. I just want to say she's not alone. I just want to say that I love her. I just want her to be okay. I just want her to be happy. I just want her to, have a good relationship with her baby. I just want all the good things in the world for her. Colleen, I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding Colleen. I know there's a lot of hate for her, but I like her books. Sue me, I like her books. And this is the third time I'm reading Reminders of Him. I read it first in 2021, I think. Then I read it in 2022, and then I read it in 2023. Or maybe I read it first in the beginning of 2022. I'm not sure, okay, somewhere around that. Anyways, I've cried all 3 times that I read this book. It is just such a heartbreaking story. Kenna, my baby, she's been through so much. I just imagine being in her position. Having nobody in this world who's in your corner, just nobody, being completely alone and fighting a battle that I would say that no mother should ever have to go through, But she did have to go through that, and she was absolutely alone in it. And it's just heartbreaking. Not all parents deserve their child, but Kenna was a mother who deserved to have that child, who deserved a life with her baby, and nobody, not one fucking person, has any right to tell her otherwise. Ledger, I love Ledger, but fuck him for saying that. Fuck him for saying to Kenna that her daughter would not benefit from having her in her life, from having Kenna in her life, because that's fucking BS. Oh my, no. No mother deserves to be told that. No mother deserves to go through that. Every time I read it, my heart just breaks for Kenna over and over again. And oh my god, Kenna, my baby, she Karandui, what the fuck?